I want to tell you my personal story. A few years back, I found myself in the rat race. I was head of marketing for a few countries in a company that we were putting on the stock market. But I remember going to the office, putting my hand on the door in the morning. Like, wow, I don't really want to go into the office today. I want to go back home and go into bed pretty much. And I think it was about the core values. I didn't buy into the company's values. So that's really when this is a pretty strange situation, because according to society's norm, on the outside, I'm pretty successful. I have a good title, I have a high salary, it's a pretty cool company. But I remember on the inside, I felt really crappy actually. So I found myself in this situation. And what I did was, I stepped over the ledge and I quit my job. And I moved out to a small island in the Stockholm archipelago. I actually have a photo. This is when I made the real move, me and my girlfriend and my little dog. So this small uninhabited island became our new home. And I was sitting out there, looking out over the ocean, feeling enjoying the tranquility of the island. And I thought, wow, this is a really good feeling. And the contrast from the city is so big. And I thought, everyone would probably love to feel this way. So I'm going to try to package the feeling and bring the feeling from the island to the people in the city. And I told my girlfriend, he lost it completely. I don't think I did, actually. I did package the feeling from the island, and I put it in this bottle. And I used to work as a brand strategist before, so I did my research. I defined the target group. I used a values-based segmentation model, and then I defined a brand platform using deep target group insight. I did more than 100 interviews. I did a few focus groups. And only then, when I had all this knowledge, I also identified 7 key dimensions that we as a brand had to deliver on. Only then did I start to really do the packaging and the product and everything. And I think it's like Tom said yesterday here on stage. Everything in the brand has to be on brand. Like the POS material, the website, the sales material, the packaging, and also the liquid. So we use our Scandinavian heritage. We have 3 flavors right now. You've already seen elderflower and rhubarb. Here is my personal favorite. This is blueberry and birch. And the last one is wild apple and gooseberry. So the active ingredients are L-theanine from green tea and lemon bulb. And there's plenty of research showing that these botanicals will make you feel relaxed and focused. So what I say is meditation in a bottle. And the rest of the ingredients are natural. There's no preservatives, but we still have 18 months shelf life, which of course is great for distribution and for margins. But what I think with this product, the product in itself is really interesting, but it's even more interesting what it's born out of. Because looking inside, daring to challenge the norm and do what's meaningful for you, that is what inspired me to create this product. And that is what I would love the NOA brand to be a symbol of. To look inside, relax, and focus on what's important in life. So it's been a fantastic journey. I posted on Facebook 2.5 years ago asking anyone know anything about beverages. Since then, we won the World Beverage Innovation Awards for Best Premium Beverage. We had more than 100 magazines covering our story. Bloggers love us. We've been on Trend Hunter, The Dial-An, and so on. Right now, we have distributors in 20 countries like China, Russia, Mexico, Japan. A lot of European countries. We're selling to Harrods. We're selling to Google, Facebook, Airbnb, IKEA headquarters in Europe, and so on. We also have a great team like Nina, our head of marketing. She used to be responsible for the Absolut Vodka brand globally. And we have a bunch of superstars just like her. Angel investors are backing us up, like the former CEO of the Absolut Vodka company, the former general manager of Red Bull. And I take one thing to heart that was said here on the stage yesterday, velocity and the importance of it. We just launched in Hong Kong. I said it yesterday. So this morning I got an email. We sold 60 bottles in one store yesterday in Hong Kong. One day, one store, 60 bottles. So that's pretty much what I want to say. And I would love to have a US investor from the beverage space to join us on this journey and take it to the next level. Thank you very much for having me and listening to me. Thank you, BevNet.
Great stuff, Noah. Thank you. I'll give you this in case the judges have any questions for you. It's interesting just watching the judges' kind of reactions to the product, and Mark has been looking at that bottle intently for a long time, and I kind of wanted to. What are you thinking about? What are you looking at?
I love the bottle. I think the branding's great. It's unique. One of the things that's frustrating is so many of the bottles we use are the same, right? So it's a challenge to differentiate. So I like that out of the gate. Print small, It's I know you don't have a chance to tell a story, but I think the branding on the front's nice, but I think a little bit crowded. And is this meet U.S. requirements for nutritionals today? Or
I have one there with the US labels on there.
Yeah.
That's the UK one. So that's done with FDA approval and everything.
Yeah. So I don't know, but like the feel of it, like the look of it. I think it's different, which is good, and I think it seems to fit with the sort of strategy you're talking about. Sort of spa, upscale. Airbnb seems perfect for this, right? To be able to get it in sort of the premium location. So that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Kara, Noah had this almost mesmerizing story about how he came up with this idea, and it's a great story. Does it come through in the packaging?
Yeah, it's certainly unique. I love the top half. Definitely that part of the bottle at least would stand out on the shelf. I agree with Mark. The rest of it, the story that you conveyed so eloquently just now gets a little bit lost on the rest of the bottle. My question for you is price point. Do you have any sense of what it would land at from a wholesale, what the price point would be on the shelf? Because this is a crowded category. There's plenty of alternatives that are already in the market here in the States.
So we have a 3-phase distribution strategy that we want our distributors to follow. And so starting point would be $4, and then it's pretty premium channels like, in Stockholm it would be the Grand Hotel and so on. But then as we move further down the line and become more mass distributed, I wanted to get it down to $3 eventually. And we actually have the margins to be able to support that. And if I look at the value chain in the US, it's possible.
John, Noah talked about the number of countries. He's in about 20 countries, had some success, talked about the number of sales just in Hong Kong yesterday. Is that a good translator to the US market, being in other countries right now?
I mean, I think that's always the unknown. I mean, there are plenty of brands that have been wildly successful elsewhere and haven't translated here. For something like this, I mean, that's sort of interesting info for sure, but I guess, the one thing I'm sort of, not totally clear on is just kind of the actual functionality of the product. It's got an ingredient that, hasn't, I don't think, been used in a beverage here before. Can you talk about that a little bit?
I'm guessing you're referring to the lemon balm. So we have the L-theanine from the green tea, and we have the lemon balm. So L-theanine, I think you know about, it's been in a few beverages in the US and so on. But what's pretty cool about the lemon balm, so there's a lot of research. I'll give you one example. One placebo group gets only placebo, and one group gets lemon balm. They get the same math test, and the lemon balm group solves the questions quicker, the same amount of correct answers, so it's a significant difference on how much faster they solve it. So it's actually also increases your cognitive speed. We don't say that because we like to focus on the focus part, but what it also does, it makes you relaxed. Like lemon balm is pretty famous for making you relaxed. If you use a lot, it makes you tired, but the amount we have makes you relaxed. Was that an answer to your question?
Guess so.
Could be.
Bill, you're also looking pretty intently at the package. What do you think of the taste of the product and the potential for this brand?
I think the product tastes good. When I look at this product, with the overwrap, it almost looks like a beauty care product. Mm-hmm. For example, Mark asked me if he could wash my back with it. I said no.
I still want to.
But it's, I don't think. Boy, it's getting hot up here.
Kill the camera.
You need to drink something to relax.
I actually think it's very pleasant tasting. I would redo the packaging so it's more clearly, messaging is a little bit better. People see relaxed, nice and bold. When they see green tea, a lot of times right away there's an association with caffeine and energy. Mm-hmm. And also relax and focus. Like when I want to get focused, I get jacked up on chameleon coffee. It's a beverage segment that is rounding, gaining a little bit of momentum, but it's still very small business in the United States. Things like Rescue Remedy, things that you would take and spray, that business is a little more developed. As a beverage, the relaxation segment is percolating, but still very light. Plus, with marijuana being legal now in many states, you've got competition there too. But yeah, I think it's nice. I think a little different package, same bottle. I really don't care for the overwrap, but certainly a well-crafted product.
Yeah. Scott, we're pretty much out of time, but I want to get your word on this. VEB, looking for those next brands with billion-dollar potential. Do you see that kind of potential, or at least significant scaling potential for NOA?
Well, I definitely see it from thought leadership. First, what Mark said, it's not a stock bottle. So first, that just grabs my eye. I like contrary to what Bill said, I like the overwrap. It makes it look very different on the shelf. My only concern would be that there's a wonderful graphics underneath the main bottle, but you can't see it. Well, I don't know if on the shelf if it's better, but I can imagine on the shelf you really can't see the writing or anything on there. And I think there's a good story on flavor and the thought process into the copy that you want to make sure you capture that I'd want to work on.
Great. Outstanding feedback. Thanks so much, NOA.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.